Listening, most people let their emotions run the show. You get sad, you quit. You get scared, you hide. You get angry, you explode. That's weakness. That's you being controlled like a puppet. Most people are slaves to their emotions, and they don't even realize it. You wake up in the morning and feel tired, so you skip the workout. Someone says something you don't like, and suddenly you're in a bad mood for the rest of the day. Your feelings get to sit in the driver's seat, and you just hand them the keys like they earned it. But here's the truth. Emotions lie. They lie to you every single day. They try to convince you that comfort is the goal, that backing off is safer, that quitting is logical. But none of that is real. It's just noise in your head designed to keep you soft. You think emotions are always this honest signal from your soul. Nah, sometimes they're just fear in disguise. Sometimes it's just your brain trying to protect you from growth, because growth means pain, and pain means risk, and risk means failure. But guess what? You can't evolve without stepping through the chaos. You can't build strength in silence and stillness. You build it when everything in your body wants to give up, and your mind says, no. We go forward. The real problem is that no one teaches you how to master your emotions. You get told to follow your heart, to be authentic, to let your feelings guide you. But that only works if your feelings are disciplined. Most of the time, they're not. They're messy. They're reactive. They're based on your past, your fears, your insecurities, not your future, not your goals. And if you keep buying them, they'll run you in circles for years, maybe even decades. You'll start things and never finish. You'll make decisions you regret. You'll burn bridges, sabotage relationships, quit on dreams, all because you let a moment of emotion become a lifetime of consequence. It's a look at high performers. Look at anyone who's truly changed their life. They didn't do it because they have felt like it. They did it because they chose it day after day, regardless of how they felt. That's the difference. When you give your emotions the wheel, you lose control. And the truth is, you'll never feel like doing the hard thing. That's why it's hard. That's why it matters. Waiting for motivation, for inspiration, for the perfect mood, that's amateur talk. Professionals show up regardless. They don't negotiate with their emotions. They give orders to themselves and expect obedience. That's how you get ahead. The worst part is most people will defend their emotions like they're sacred. I'm just being real. No. You're being weak. There's a difference between acknowledging what you feel and becoming what you feel. You can feel fear and still take action. You can feel pain and still move forward. You can feel lost and still put one foot in front of the other. That's real strength. When you don't let emotion define your behavior. And this isn't about becoming cold or robotic. It's about having the awareness and the control to recognize when an emotion is trying to sabotage you. It's about pausing before you act. It's about creating that space between feeling and doing and choosing the harder path, because that path leads somewhere. Emotions are temporary. Regret is permanent. You want to win, get control. Don't kill your emotions. Just stop letting them lead. Feel them, respect them, but put them in the passenger seat. You're the driver now, and where you're going, it's going to take strength. Not the kind that looks good in photos, but the kind that stands tall when everything inside you wants to fold. That's how you win every damn day. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. That's the beauty of it. It's cold. It's consistent. It's brutal in the best possible way. And that's why it works, because life isn't about feeling good every day. It's about doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. You think champions train only when they're motivated. You think success waits for perfect conditions. No, success belongs to the people who show up on the days they want to stay in bed. The people who push when their mind is whispering every excuse in the book. That's the gap. Discipline over emotion. You want to build anything meaningful, you better learn how to act without asking your emotions for permission. Motivation is fragile. One bad night of sleep, one fight with a friend, one number on the scale you didn't like, and boom, it's gone. That's why motivation is overrated. Discipline is different. Discipline says, I don't care how I feel. I care what I do. It's mechanical. It's structured. It's not exciting, but it's effective. It's powerful. It doesn't need fireworks. It just needs repetition. Most people are addicted to the feeling of excitement, the dopamine hit of starting something new, a new plan, a new goal, a new routine. But as soon as that feeling fades, and it always fades, they quit. They say, it's not working, or I lost the spark. The spark isn't supposed to last. It's supposed to ignite the fire. After that, it's your job to keep the flame alive. And the only fuel that lasts, discipline. You want to build a body, a business, a skill, a legacy, then show up. Not once, not twice, every day. Show up tired, show up angry, show up heartbroken, show up confused, but show the hell up. Because every time you do, you send a message to yourself. I'm not controlled by how I feel. I'm controlled by what I've committed to. And that is where real confidence comes from, not from pretending you have it all figured out, but from proving to yourself that you'll do the work no matter what. People say they're waiting for the right time, the right mindset, the right energy. That's the language of losers. The right time is now. The right mindset comes from action. The energy that shows up when you earn it. There's no secret formula, just hard choices made repeatedly. You don't become disciplined by reading about it or watching motivational videos. You become disciplined by making one hard choice after another until it becomes who you are. And yeah, discipline's going to hurt sometimes. It's going to mean saying no when you want to say yes. It's going to mean pushing through workouts when you're sure. It's studying when you're tired, grinding when no one's watching. But here's the truth: comfort never gave anyone greatness. That wool, comfort gave people regret. And that's a pain that doesn't go away. The ones who make it, the ones who become killers in their field, they're not built on motivation. They're built on habits, systems, structure. And those things are born out of discipline. Not glamorous, not sexy, but unstoppable. So stop waiting to feel like it. Start acting like it. Decide what matters. Lock it in. Then build your life around showing up for it every single day. Discipline doesn't just get results. It builds character. It builds identity. And that identity, that's what will carry you through every storm, every setback, every punch life throws. Because you won't be relying on how you feel. You'll be relying on who you've become. Your emotions are loud. They're chaotic. They want attention and they demand action. But the mind is quiet power. It doesn't scream. It doesn't panic. It just waits. Disciplined, focused, always watching. That's the part of you that survives when everything else is falling apart. That's the commander. And if you want to win, really win, you have to put that part in charge. People talk about strength like it's some mystical trait you're either born with or not. No, strength is built when your mind steps in and says, I don't care how we feel. We're not stopping. That's not some motivational poster crap. That's real life, because your emotions, they're not built for long-term survival. They're built for immediate reaction. And that's a problem when you're trying to create a future, build something great, or fight through pain. Emotions tell you to stop when it hurts. Your mind says, push, one more rep, one more mile, one more shot. Most people never learn how to give themselves orders. They let their state dictate their actions. I don't feel motivated. So what? I'm too tired. Who cares? That's weakness. That's letting your momentary mood kill your progress. That's letting temporary discomfort steal your potential. And if you let that happen enough times, it becomes who you are. That voice in your head that tells you to slow down, it gets louder, stronger. It starts running your life. And before you know it, you're stuck in the same habits, the same cycles, the same excuses. You need to flip the script. You need to stop being the passenger in your own life. The mind has to be the driver. That means control. That means presence. That means self-discipline, even when everything in you wants to quit. It's not about pretending emotions don't exist. It's about overriding them with logic and purpose. It's about seeing the emotion and still doing what's right, what's necessary. That's where power comes from. Not from feeling good, but from choosing well. Think about the hardest moments you've had, the times when everything sucked. Maybe you were broke. Maybe you were heartbroken. Maybe you were doubting yourself so deeply you could barely get out of bed. In those moments, the only thing that could save you wasn't your feelings. It was your will, that raw, unfiltered command from deep inside you that says, I'm not done yet. That's your mind, not your emotions. That's the part that carries you when everything else collapses. You want to win. You better train your mind like a weapon. You better make it sharp, cold, and clear. Stop waiting to feel right. Start doing what's right. Build rituals, build standards, wake up and decide who's in control. And if the answer isn't me, then fix it. Because every time you let emotion make a decision, you hand power away. And the more power you give away, the harder it gets to take it back. The real war isn't out there. It's in you. It's between your urges and your discipline, your comfort and your commitment, your fear and your focus. The ones who win, they choose the mind every single time, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. They know the path to greatness isn't walked by feelings. It's walked by force, controlled, deliberate, relentless force. So you want the edge? Build the commander inside you. Make him unshakable. Make him the voice that drowns out pain and fear. Then listen to him every day. That's how you win. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's doing the thing while your hands are shaking, your stomach's in knots, and every voice in your head is telling you to back off. That's where real strength is born. Not in moments of comfort, but in moments where you want to run and you stay, where everything inside you is screaming no. And you say, yes, anyway. That's what separates the people who grow from the ones who stay stuck. They feel the fear, but they don't obey it. Fear is part of the game. It's not going away. It's built into your system. It's your brain trying to protect you, keep you alive, keep you safe, keep you small. But we don't live in caves anymore. You're not being hunted by wild animals. The danger now isn't death. It's discomfort. It's the fear of judgment, of failure, of embarrassment. And most people let that stop them. They don't raise their hand. They don't speak up. They don't take the risk. They trade growth for comfort. And then they wonder why their life doesn't change. Courage is choosing to do it scared. It's saying, I don't need to feel ready. I just need to act. because that's the truth. Action doesn't follow confidence. Confidence follows action. You don't wait until you feel brave. You move while you're scared, and the bravery builds with every step. Every time you lean into fear instead of running from it, you grow. Every time you face it head on, it loses power. That's the game. That's how you get stronger. Most people never get this. They think if they feel fear, they're not ready. They think courage means being fearless. No, that's a fantasy. The strongest people you know, they're afraid too. But they don't let fear make their decisions. They've trained themselves to step in even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable. It's because they know that's where the transformation lies, just beyond the fear. When you avoid fear, you build walls. Walls between you and the life you actually want. But when you push through it, you build bridges. You create new paths. You build experience. And with experience comes power. Suddenly, that thing that used to terrify you, it becomes familiar. It becomes manageable. That's how you grow. By walking into what scares you over and over again until it doesn't anymore. You want to be strong. Learn to coexist with fear. Learn to walk with it. Let it sit in the passenger seat, but never let it drive, because fear's job is to protect you, but your job is to lead. And leadership means doing what's right even when it's uncomfortable. Especially when it's uncomfortable, there's a reason you respect people who are courageous, because you know how rare it is. You know what it takes. It's not just about physical strength. It's mental. It's emotional. It's spiritual. It's the strength to show up fully when every fiber of your being wants to shrink. That's real power. That's what builds character. That's what builds a legacy. So don't wait for fear to disappear. It won't. Don't wait until the butterflies are gone. They're part of the process. Show up anyway. Step forward anyway. Speak anyway. Fight anyway. That's courage. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Not because fear vanishes, but because you learn you're bigger than it, stronger than it, louder than it. You win by walking through it again and again until fear becomes fuel, until doing it scared becomes who you are.